Welcome to my YouTube channel. Yeah, I cut out some apple. We'll talk about many things on this page. Natural technology, menstrual portal biology, and how the pum pum is scalar technology. Yeah. Today, we want to talk about menstrual retention. I created this protocol, and it first started for me about 6 years ago. I used to have really heavy, painful cramps. And some of the most painful cramps was when I first went raw. I was so confused. How could I be raw and still have painful cycles? And I had to learn that there's a lot about the feminine biology that we have been taught different of. That's why I created my own curriculum, Portal Physics. So again, I go into the physics of how the pum pum works. I look at different doctors and physicians from 1800s, 1700s, because in the 1900s, that's when the education on how the pum pum works really changed a lot. So we'll talk about that on this page. Menstruation being an independent process from ovulation. When we're talking about menstrual retention, there are certain principles in my protocol that allows you to, or let me fix that. There are certain protocols that I have experienced have allowed me to get to a hormonally balanced state. Of course, no one is perfect. I still have to go places and I might have to drink out of a plastic water bottle because I'm not in my usual place where I can get it without the plastic. So we stay in a state of awareness, detoxifying, but I'm not gonna make that worry in my head too much. You just do what you can do. Alright, menstrual retention. One of my first principles, very important, is detoxifying from the xenoestrogens. In our modern domesticated times we are living in, we have a lot of xenoestrogens. Plastic is an example of a xenoestrogen. It has endocrine disrupting chemicals that when they go inside the body, through the skin, through your mouth, through your pum pum, through your oil, when they go up there, they launch onto your estrogen receptors and tell the body, the body sees it latched and it looks like estrogen. These are your ERA or your ER alpha and your ER beta receptors. These chemicals are bigger than your natural estrogen. So when they bind onto your receptors, it's very hard for your natural estrogen to take that place. So because of that, I'm of the hypothesis, because I'm not a doctor, I'm just a wild woman, I'm of the hypothesis and personal experiments that PCOS or POMS and fibroids and all different diseases that involve hormonal imbalance, especially when it comes to the woman, has to deal with estrogen deficiency and xenoestrogen influx. So it's important to know the difference, because then you understand that it's not your body making too much estrogen. So where is the estrogen coming from? Now we're asking the right questions. So you detox from those things that have excess xenoestrogens. Fragrance. Almost all makeup that you buy in the store has some sort of xenoestrogen. Laundry soap. It's even in certain foods. Lashes, nail polish. All of these things contain endocrine disrupting chemicals, one of them being xenoestrogens. So, to really experience a lighter cycle and relieve from those diseases, you have to practice detoxing from xenoestrogens. Now, another important principle is fasting. When I fast on my cycle, I have a lighter, brighter cycle. Brighter meaning the fluids that's coming out, it would almost look like this apple. It's not like a dark red. It's red, but it's kind of like you have a pinkish undertone. When you consume one fruit or a dry fast or do a fast on your cycle, you will see a difference in your cycle. Now, when I eat, I've done a lot of experiments on my cycle. Let me start there. So I'm speaking from 5-6 years of documenting different cycles, trying different ways of eating, pescatarian, vegetarian, ital, alkaline, raw. I've tried different things on my cycle and I've documented what it looks like. And the cycle where I consume only one fruit, like in this case, today I am apple all day. I'm gonna make some juice now. When I get into this state and I fast on one fruit, I've experienced a lighter, sensual cycle where it almost feels like pleasure instead of pain. Now, that's a really different experience for me because I'm coming from someone who, again, I used to have heavy cycles. I did not know a cycle could feel good, like good. And having those two principles definitely shifted my experience from my experiments. So I'll go into some more of the principles. This will just be the first video introducing, again, menstrual retention and my overall curriculum, portal physics. If you want to dive into some of the written work and my private podcast that I have for my premium members there, just head on over to Substack and you can find me at Kappa the Creator. Yes, this is gonna be some nice juice. Always wearing just Kappa, real and proper.